space, and Shakur is Shakur. Shakur.
Well,
Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the most powerful of all hours. This is the hour of power. Here, coming from you live from the WRC television channel here in York, Pennsylvania. Broadcasting on Facebook and then soon to be downloading on YouTube. I'm gonna give everybody a little bit of chance to get your veggie straws. Get all your little snacks and everything together. We're gonna make sure we put everything on our Facebook page and make sure we promote it properly. My apologies for anybody who tuned in for the Ptah Shakur Speaks program on Monday. We was having some technical difficulties. That's why we're gonna do our due diligence. Make sure this is coming out live. So if anybody can see this, if you want to go ahead and do a comment underneath to make sure that this is going out. Big bro, this is going out. Everything looking good? Sweet. So, like I said, this is the Hour Power broadcast. It is, hey, there I go. Now we're cooking with grease right now. So this is actually going out live. If you want to feel the wherewithal to call in, the number is going to be on the bottom screen there. It's 717-846-5067. If you want to join yourself into the conversation. What we have a wonderful guest on today, Michael Wynegar from the, let me jack it up. Has a wonderful stand there at the Central Market, so he's going to come and share a bit about his products and things that he's offering. This is a community-based program. If you have a business that you would like to highlight, if you got some youth out there that needs to be highlighted and share those accomplishments, we need some feel-good programming on TV, y'all. We see there's a lot of different calamities and things that's taking place. Matter of fact, before we get everything else started, let's give about like 10 to 15 seconds. Let's go ahead and, this is what I call the form of prayer, is using the power of visualization. If anybody's been any time around me, I shared that the human mind is the most powerful thing. Everything that in existence came from the human mind. So utilizing your imagination, something that this world has kind of dissuaded us to be involved in. However, by returning to that and actually manifesting the powers that you have. So let's give about 10 seconds of silence for those that's going on and it's affected there in the Middle East area. You said nothing but love and light. Thank you. It's very, very key at this time to make sure you're paying attention and using due diligence and using discernment and actually using that beautiful invention that's in between your ears to share with you what's going on in this day and time. I'm going to start with my brief little intro. Got my jewel today. I'm going to kick it to the God over here to the left of me. Then we're going to bring on a wonderful guest. And like I said, we've got an hour program. We're going to go a little bit longer. If anybody has any questions, call in. Make sure you go on Sharice's page. I'm waiting for it to populate on mine. I'm waiting for I might gotta put Sharice's name in it. That might help. Oh, okay, here we go. Live. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Yes, sir. Can you put that Ptah Shakur screen up, bro? You want me to share it to you, Peace?
Yeah. I always get it at the end. Whatever, and not just before.
Oh, so this was with that?
That's good.
Oh, so like I said, I'm Ptah Shakur. This is the Hour of Power Show. I know my place in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I am free. I am free. I am free. I'm in the upper room. God is, God is, God is. I, Ptah Shakur, pledge to always look for the best in each and every circumstance, in each and every one, especially starting with myself. I come from love. I am love. And I choose to look at the world through the lens of love. I commit myself to choosing the upper room towards vibrating at the highest level possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am free, I am free, I am free. Behold, I make all things new. I, Ptah Shakur, I am a catalyst for change. I am a role model, youth advocate, Reiki teacher, entrepreneur, spiritual guide, and channel. I am a rebel, here to uninstall cowardliness. I, Ptah Shakur, seek to shed light on the daily atrocities that are orchestrated by the elites who seek control of you and I, and their end game is near. I intend to promote nothing but love and light, education, motivation for those seeking to understand the current cosmic energies which are now pulsating in every animate and inanimate being on this planet. I am a dangerous man to those elites and their shadow government which has been corrupting the world since the 1950s. And if you don't believe me, go look at the farewell address from Eisenhower before he left office. He made the allusion to this deep military industrial complex which is now taking this world south, and the more they step their stuff up, the more bros like us, we're going to step our stuff up, so we're going to reclaim this back for the righteous. So those who also consider me a dangerous individual is those who are willfully participating in their own energetic enslavement. For those that identify as feminine, we need your vision, we need your energy to help correct the ills caused by the imbalance in creation. For those that identify as masculine, I ask you to join me in this particular mindset. We would rather die like a man rather than live like a coward. And I'm asking everybody to step to the plate to protect the human family and to educate our youth. I am a limitless open door which no man can shut. I am the mighty presence of source in action. In short, all those words I'm saying, I'm your brother. In short, I am you. So, to all my 73 YouTube subscribers, we going away to 10,000, y'all. We're going to have a party when we get to 10,000. To all my 73 YouTube subscribers, remember, you are eternal beings with forever being a fraction of eternity. You are beautiful, powerful, love-like children of the divine Greer programmer. To my youth, to the hooded youth, we love you. If you didn't hear it last night when you you didn't hear it this morning, you're gonna hear it now. We love you, we support you, we understand that you are some of the most powerful souls that are reincarnated back on this planet right now at this crucial time to help evolve this particular planet. You are the most powerful souls, and we're determined to unlocking your greatness. To all my starseed, wanderers, indigo children, angelic souls, all my weirdos, we are all the new founding fathers of this creation. Let us unite in love for self, because you can't do nothing without that unconditional love for self. And I'm asking you to give a small portion to the reflections that's walking around this face of this earth in physical flesh, disguised as your fellow human being. I would never kill myself. I'm a happily married family man. I'm a man about town, always expressing love, light, and education all day, every day. And I say everybody to get tuned in, tapped in, turned on to the most powerful all hours, the hour of power you're sitting in right now. So if you're alive and you pulling air, like I've always shared, this is the greatest time to be alive. This is the time that all the scriptures and scrolls share for us to be looking for the new, the change. This is the turn of the Christ consciousness, the Mahdi. The Mayans spoke about this when they were talking about 2012. And so this program here is designed, like I said, nothing but education. You can call in if you like. We're going to deal with you in the most harmonious, respectful person. Because like I said, in my little bit of intro, that's the mindset that we're looking at. We look at everything through the lens of love. So what comes back in the lens of love? We always deal with each other person like the reflection of ourselves, because they are a reflection of ourselves. So you can go ahead and call in. If you need any type of clarity, any type of knowledge, we actually going for there. But I'm just going to finish off, just sharing my little jewel of the day. I don't know if we could put it up on the screen. The bro kind of walked away, but it's all good. My one jewel of the day before we bring kick it to my brother and we bring the guest on. It's 8:09 right now. There is a movement going on. There's an initiative going through Congress right now that was started by a man named Dr. Stephen Greer. I'm going to say that again. You ever hear of Dr. Stephen Greer?
Negative.
We're going to educate. Got my guest over here bobbing his head. C5. Yes, sir. Dr. Stephen Greer is the individual who's a doctor who has taken on the role to bring about what they call disclosure. Disclosure is where the government actually acknowledges that there's things going on. Yeah, we waking up. This is freedom time, y'all. This is freedom time. So Dr. Stephen Glover's been working in the trenches for 30 years to bring this disclosure, to bring the idea about UAPs and the industrial military complex. The fact that there's portions of the American government that operate that the president got to get ready on. He don't have permission to know what the heck is going on. We got to wake up, folks. Question the news that you say. So anyways, this Dr. Stephen Greer. You're not going to hear this on the news, so you got to hear it from here. He has a website. Go to drstephengreer.com. On that, there's a part that says, message your congressperson. Ptah Shakur, I did it. All it needs is your name, your email address. I think that's about it. And what it does is it auto-populates a letter that goes to Biden, Kamala Harris, the Secretary of State, and it goes to all the congressmen, and it's saying what? It's sharing that they want to make sure that this legislation is moving through Congress right now. That because of all these whistleblower things, and if you don't understand what I'm saying, you got to really start waking up. There's whistleblowers left and right that's coming out, and they're sharing that there's certain factions of the government that is operating very underhandedly without the legislation, without the government being in know, without the Congress being in the know. And it's some things, honestly, that if we was to find out, we would shut it down in a heartbeat. So they're running it in the darkness, and they're running us into a real totalitarian type of state. So this individual, Dr. Stephen Greer, once you go on there, you send this particular email out, it puts pressure on our legislators. So now they know, hey, they need to go into these places that have this technology. Believe it or not, they have technology of down crafts already. Lockheed Skunk Works is one. They have been making billions and billions of dollars off of this crashed vessels and things that they found, and they've been suppressing technology. One of the greatest things Dr. Greer speaks about is the lost century. If anybody want to Google a name, Google Nikola Tesla. You realize Nikola Tesla had at one point in time, functionally working machinery that utilizes 0 point energy. I'm talking about energy just from ether, from air, between the spaces of my hand. You're able to access power to fuel your homes so we don't kill the environment. So, but as it was back then 100 years ago, honestly, we've been in 100 years sleep, folks. That we've been running and getting our electricity through renewable, burning gases and cutting trees down and killing the planet. They've been doing it because they want this right here. They want that money in their pocket. Greedy. The 1% of the population own 99 and they're going for 99.8. But they're going to keep doing it until we stand up and we do something about it. So with this particular thing, everybody talking about they want love and peace in the world, right? Everybody wake up in the morning, when you come out of church, that's the first thing you think about is world peace. Now it's time to put your money where the mouth is. Go to drstephengreer.com. Actually, put your name and email. I ain't saying about your cell phone number or your social security number. That information puts pressure on these particular. This is going to happen regardless. We want it to be a positive way where this is a transition of this knowledge that's been kept away from you and I. This knowledge that could keep individuals alive that they deliberately kept to the side. It's best to do it this way to put pressure on the legislators because believe it or not, they're going to go knock on those doors. They're going to have them subpoenas and knock on the doors of those elites. But the funny thing is, the people that's behind the door ain't the elites. They the soldiers. They're you and I soldiers. They're the ones who promised to put their lives on the line. We don't want no friendly fire. We don't want them soldiers in there that are believing that they're upholding the government, but they really just being a front for these shadow governments that don't care about you and I ever, ever, ever.
So what dude does he talk about the government a lot or something?
He is the individuals. He actually already got disclosure happened twice. People talk about, hey, when's disclosure happen? When's the government? It happened twice already. But the media will not place it. You will not see it. Go to Google, go to YouTube, Dr. Stephen Greer, you can see it. So he has 4-star soldiers and generals that's thanking this dude right now. They didn't know. They was lost. They was thinking they upholding United States because they at these military complexes, you know, and they're seeing these different things. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to do this in the most amicably way as possible because this is a powerful individual. There's $12 trillion that was missing from the budget. So they got money, they got power, and they won't respond to just, hey, please, can we open your door and can you show us this technology that you've been sitting on for the last 20, 30 years? Pretty please. They don't respect you or I. They certainly don't respect the law, and they certainly don't respect Congress. So let's do this in the most peaceful, positive way. Go to Dr. Stephen Greer. Make sure you put your information, send that out. That's all I got for him, God. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling blessed, man. I love you, bro.
Love you too, bro.
You know. Man, just happy to be here, man. Had a little rough couple weeks. You know, just happy to be here.
Sure,
Celebrated my man's birthday and his passing with the last week. So that's what I said. Then the rain, the weather. Talking about that weather is just weird, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, the earth is changing.
Yes, it is. Right before our eyes.
Like I was telling people, and this is amazing. The whole reason why this show exists and the whole reason why I'm bringing this information is because it's not shown nowhere else. Now, there's pockets.
It's not.
We're not alone in this.
When I walk the streets or drive through the streets, I got people coming up. Yo, I like what you're doing. I like what you and your boy doing. Like, yo, people recognize and starting to reach out and watch this show.
We had people back in the civil rights. You know, they sacrificed and died, and they put things in motion, even though they knew they wasn't never going to see that day. They planted seeds and trees that they knew they weren't going to see.
Right.
So we asked everybody, listen, if you're at home, you got something to teach. If you're over 30 years old, you got something to teach these youth.
You got some wisdom to give.
You got wisdom and youth.
Some knowledge.
You got some nephews. Oh, don't want to leave the females out. You got some nephews and some nieces out there that need you. You see the way the music is actually bastardizing and changing. Yeah. Overly sexualized anger, trap music. I see everybody over there trying to act like they got fake guns.
Even the females are even want to be gangsters now.
Right.
Like, it's sad, bro. Like, it really is sad.
So when are we gonna do something about it? We gonna ask Biden to change it for us?
He gonna fall asleep by 6 o'clock.
Oh, and real quick, get some soup. He out.
He ate a piece of bread. He knocked out by 7:30. He done missed all the action.
And just a little housekeeping, because we're going to bring a wonderful guest on. He got a wealth of knowledge. He's going to be sharing about CBD and actually start answering some of the questions that we all may have in our minds. But I just want to share this, that next Wednesday on the Hour Power Show, we're going to have two individuals from the Melanated Report. Brother Sharif will be doing an interview with them, so you definitely want to tune in for that. I wanted to say something else. I don't know what it was. Anyways. Oh, there's an idea. And then if you have a youth, if there are any youth that you, like I said, you want to celebrate them, this is a community type program. This is what we were speaking about. We want to have full representation. We believe in diversity. The only way that we move through this is diversity together. So if you're a Trump supporter,
oh yeah, we've been looking for those.
We want your input. On the show. Come on. We're gonna discourse with you like we brothers. We all part of the human family anyway.
We can bridge the gap.
Come in here. You can express whatever your viewpoints is. Anybody in the community, it's a community-based program. Just get with our brother Sharif, holler at myself, or you can call in, or you can go ahead and email us on Facebook. So with that, without further ado, I'll bring to the stage. Everybody give a round of applause for Mr. Mike Wynegar.
Yeah. We're going to switch it up.
I let you clean that all up.
Yeah. So, Mike Wynegar, you got it. Let's change it. Let's change it. Let's just call me Mike Love, because that's what most of my friends know me as anyway. Truthfully, man, you got the energy. You got me all hyped up. I didn't know what I was going to be sitting in here for, man.
Man, we bring our own energy out here. But yeah, so welcome to the program. This is the Hour Power Show. Like I said, a community show. We just freestyle a little bit, just to share with individual who you are and what you're about a little bit.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity to be here. It's nice to meet you guys. Actually, I told you I grew up about a block away from here, but my name is Mike Wynegar. Like I said, most people might know me as Mike Love. Lifelong resident of York County. Currently, I'm a VP of advertising for the USA Today Network for South Central Pennsylvania, but I'm also a business owner. As you had mentioned, I have a business in the Central Market, Pharma Free Remedies. It's a CBD and health and wellness business that my wife and a family friend and I started, 2019? And actually went into the market about 5 months before, something happened like March of 2020. I think it was something called COVID? Yeah. So, but was able to, survive through that, with everything you were talking about, perseverance. I didn't want to give up. I just seen the future with what, the products that I offer and what it can bring, the benefits to people. The mission of why we started the business and why I was asked to be a part of that by my wife and family friend. But it's been a blessing. And it's amazing for a business that's only open 3 days a week, and really not even that because I do work full time, and I don't really have anybody that can help right now. Just the loyalty customer base that I have for humans and pets alike, from full spectrum and broad spectrum products, which I can explain that a little bit if there's any questions on that. But just taking the stigma and the myth away from reefer madness and weed and getting high, and actually learning a little bit more about our own human bodies. And I really get excited when I start talking about cannabinoids, because our bodies have endocannabinoid systems in them.
Say what?
Yeah, so don't you find it kind of funny that if our bodies have endocannabinoid systems in it, and I don't remember being taught this in school in health class, forgive me if I did, but our bodies literally want cannabinoids, which come in the form of the plant, the cannabis plant. So we have brothers, sisters locked up for years for selling weed, for getting caught with weed. It's just, it's still a controlled substance, marijuana is, and that's not what I sell. I actually sell a legal hemp-derived product, and I'm sure you might have some questions about that, and hopefully we can clarify some things for your viewers. But it's a lot more than just getting a buzz or getting high. There's many medicinal benefits that this natural God-given plant offers our bodies.
Right,
So.
like how you said, natural God's plant.
Can I just put this visual up here real quick?
Yes.
It's actually a picture of Cannabis Man. And when I went down to Florida, this would have been about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, to visit one of my wholesale vendors. I walked in the dispensary that they had, and they had a life-size version of this on the wall. And you can't see the small content on the back of it there, but it basically is pointing out different cannabinoids in the plant. THC, CBD, CBG. There's over 113 that we know of right now, or scientists know of. But it's looking at parts of the body where the plant can actually provide medicinal benefits, if you will, via forms of different types of ingestion as well. And it's not just the flower that you can vape or smoke, but there's bath bombs and balms and topicals and soft gels and gummies and
Oils,
tinctures, And now there's cookies and all kinds of things. But it's a lot of fun. It's the education I'm learning every day. So
Absolutely. So you said you're born and raised in this area.
Born and raised in York, and actually spent from 8th grade till after high school. I think I was mentioning earlier, graduate of York High. I had like the longest walk for anybody to school.
Yes, you did. That's
like a block away from being a suburbanite kid on Snob Hill, but I'm glad
on the edge.
I stayed in the city. So, I was at the park, Albemarle Park, everywhere around here. These are my streets. Born and raised here. Like I said, only child. Don't have any brothers or sisters, but I'm the proud husband, father of 3 boys and 7 grandkids now too.
Okay.
Right on.
So
Awesome.
very blessed.
So you grew up, and what I want to date you or whatever. What's your when you grew up? Was you 80s, 70s?
85 in the house. 1985. I'm a graduate in 1985.
Because you mentioned Reefer Madness. Was that like a PSA?
That was even before my time,
Was
man.
that like one of those I wouldn't say indoctrination video?
It was a movie.
It was a movie?
It was a black and white film from
remember
back
a
in
little
like
bit.
it might have been the 30s, 40s, somewhere in the 50s back in there.
Like a
but
hippie
it was
type movie or
yeah.
something?
Did you ever see the beginning of the movie Pineapple Express?
Yes.
Where he's like, and they're giving him age whatever number 9 or whatever that thing is called, and that's basically what that was all about. You know what I mean? Just reefer madness. The government trying to tell you. I just got done telling you, right? Our bodies want it. So why is the government trying to squash it? Why have they been?
Yeah.
And I learned a little bit about marijuana. I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole, but I did not know. If you notice recently in recent times, and I'm talking last 10, 20 years or so, the term cannabis is thrown about more than marijuana is anymore.
True.
Like Mary Jane, marijuana isn't used as much anymore. Do you know where the term marijuana came from for the plant? I just learned this like today.
Not a clue.
No.
It was for Mexican immigrants because they were stereotyped by the government to be the ones that smoked weed.
Wow.
So how they get marijuana from that, I guess had something to do with Tijuana and all of that.
Yeah, I guess it sounded like a little city or something.
So as we become more awake and diverse and understanding that sticks and stones, but words can hurt. You know what I mean? So we got to learn how to use them and which ones we can get rid of and things of that nature. But that's why cannabis. That's what the true name of the plant is. The cannabis plant, the hemp plant. So
cannabis.
Awesome. Anybody that's tuning in, particularly if he's tuning in live there on the WRC TV channel, like I said, this goes out, like I said, in the local viewing area, and anybody that's on Facebook as well. You can feel free to call in. The number is 717-846-5067. Can you share a little bit about some of the products you did? So you got sphincter, not sphincters. That's something else.
I got something for every part of your body. If you need some help on your sphincter, I'm sure you can put something on your sphincter. I don't know. But no, tincture.
Tincture?
Yeah, the tincture.
So I'm learning on for you too.
Tincture here. So we got some more fun. You got some samples in there?
Under my brand, I did actually bring some samples for y'all, so I'll leave them with you, but we'll go through them. But here's an example of a tincture, and this is actually my brand. This is the Pharma Free brand. I'm very proud to say that the products that I carry with the Pharma Free label on are actually one of the top 3 THC-free products in the entire country right now. Very proud to white label this. And I have about 4 different flavors. This one that you have, and I named them all. This one is Plain Jane.
Yeah, that's Plain Jane.
And this is basically pure CBD with the cutting agent, just olive oil. That's all it is. Okay. So there's nothing in there that, unless you're allergic to olive oil, it's extra virgin olive oil and hemp-derived CBD. It's nanosoluble. It goes through a whole process. It's processed in Colorado. But this is one of my best products in the sense that it is effective for not only adults, but children and even pets alike.
Yeah, I guess I heard you say pets earlier too. So do a lot of the CBD stuff, can you use that stuff on your pets?
That's a great question, and I'm very passionate about it. So I actually named my pet tincture Leo's Liquid Harmony. My dog's name is Leo, Leonardo da Vinci. What's up, Lee? He's the coolest dog we've ever had. He's part pit bull and part border collie. He's smart as all get out, right? Anyway, I digress. But you asked a question about that, and yes, it does matter. Animals, in fact, cats and dogs, at least that I know of, they have endocannabinoid systems in them as well. Some of us are guilty of either seeing this, being around it, or doing this when we were growing up. If you've ever dabbled and indulged, maybe smoked a little bit, and there was a pet or something around, everybody having fun, you blow it in their face, and right? You shouldn't do that. The fact is that THC could actually kill a dog or a cat if they ingest it. So my question was, when I see products out, there's a lot of pet products out, and I'm not knocking anything. I'm not trying to tell anybody their baby's ugly, but I know for a fact that my product has no Delta-9 THC in it. And that's the psychoactive cannabinoid, which is really the controlled one substance that's illegal, that you need a medicinal card in PA for, or to be in a recreational state for it to be legal. But that Delta-9 THC, even at a legal limit, I would think, because the legal limit to having something like this would be 0.3%. Delta-9 THC. That's because of the 2018 Agricultural Farm Bill Act that was passed. Government said, okay, you can process hemp industrially and you can have up to 0.3% of that Delta-9 in it. Any more than that, it's deemed illegal. We can talk more about that because it's come a long way, the science behind it, and scientists, chemists, and growers are way ahead of the government in terms of this. We've taxed alcohol through prohibition. We've taxed cigarettes, right? Tobacco. What's going on? When's the last time y'all rode down the road and you bottomed out with a pothole or something? You know what I mean? Our infrastructure could use these tax dollars. Again, I'm going down another rabbit hole here.
These streets need it too.
But so a tincture, this is the second fastest way that you can get something CBD or anything in your body. The fastest way to get anything into your body would be to vape it or to smoke it. And smoking is actually, if you get flower medicinally in PA with your medicinal card, you're technically not supposed to smoke it. You're supposed to vape that flower. Okay? I don't know, a lot of people don't know that. I can promise you that not everybody's following that rule either. Okay? But the fastest way to get that in your system is to smoke. The second fastest way for effective relief of something or to see if it's going to happen is to put this, what we call sublingually, under your tongue. So you take the desired or the required amount, whatever, and everybody's different, You put that dose under your tongue. You let it sit there for about 30, 45 seconds. It's kind of awkward a little bit. Just sit there, swish it around, swallow it, and it's good. Though the FDA has not certified or, made any of these products FDA certified, we do carry one of the only USDA certified hemp-derived products in the country. So we can put that label on our bottles.
Okay.
But that's the second fastest way to get something in your body. The third fastest way would be most likely topically, and then the fourth would be an ingesting of gummies or an edible. That's more of like a time release thing, kind of like when you take multivitamins and things of that nature. Your liver is going to process out some of that, but and edibles are a whole different ball game too, which I brought some of those for y'all to try. Let me show you another product. So
I'm not trying nothing on air.
So what I'm showing and sharing with you right now, this will not get you high. Okay. There's no psychoactive. It's actually the THC is completely stripped out of this.
Oh, okay.
When we opened our business and started Pharma Free Remedies, and that's PHARMA, the reason we did that is because one of our business partners had been addicted to OxyContin. Okay, and anybody that's had any kind of pain medications or things of that nature know that you can develop some serious addictions to pills, and it not only affects that individual's life in different ways, like alcohol or weed or coke or heroin drugs. It's like anything else. It affects those loved ones around them as well. Right. All quality of life. So we want it to be. I don't like putting pharmaceutical drugs into my body. I don't even want to talk about the whole, we don't need to ask about vaccinations and all that.
We get into that at some point.
I'll probably just go like this, But what I'm saying is I choose to make the choice of what to put into my own body. True. Last I checked, that was my God-given right, and especially in America, that's my right, right? It's we the people, not we the government. Remember that, because you were saying about that too. But these products don't have any THC in it. We took it out because we wanted to be different, at first than, pharmacy partners, and that was Steve Groff. That's a reputable business. The CBD American Shaman, which is a franchise that, Judge Haskell, former Judge Haskell and his partners have opened up out in the East York area. Wanted to be different because we didn't want to have the products that they have pre-rolls, CBD pre-rolls that have a legal amount of THC, and they can get high off of them. There's some psychoactiveness in them. We wanted to be different. As a businessman, as different cannabinoids started to develop, Delta 8, most people are familiar with that.
You said Delta 9, so there's a lot of different deltas.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I mentioned earlier, there's at least 113 cannabinoids right now. You've got Delta 9 THC, you've got Delta 8 THC, you've got Delta 10 THC, you've got THCO, THCP, CBD, CBG, CBN. Like there's, I don't know all 113, and they all have scientific names behind them. They're all chemically, they're cannabinoids from the plant, this natural plant. And they all have similar qualities, but some have varying and different effects depending on if it's coming from hemp or if it's coming from cannabis. Delta 9 THC, tetrahydrocannabinol. All right, that's the abbreviated THC, is the abbreviated name for that. That's the one that we're all familiar with that gets us high. That's the illegal cannabinoid. That's the one here, you can only have 0.3% if it's going to be in there. Gotcha. You have to have a medicinal card to buy legal Delta 9, you know what I mean? But CBD is legal. It can get you high depending on where it's processed from or pulled from, grown, but it's nowhere near as psychoactive as that Delta 9 THC. One of the easiest ways to help understand, and again, without going down the 113 cannabinoid rabbit hole, Delta 8 THC, and this is one of the blends that I have under our brand name for a vape cart. Delta 8 THC and Delta 9 THC. I get this question a lot. What's the difference? The only difference between the two is at the molecular level, and I'm not a scientist, but if you can all envision that DNA strand that we always see, it's just one band less than the Delta 9. And in that chemical makeup, Delta 9 leans much heavier, psychoactive high. You know what I mean? And then we can talk about the sativa, the hybrid, and indica portions of that plant, and how the sativa could lean euphoric. A lot of people talk about, I smoked before and I got really anxiety. I was panicking, and they probably were smoking a sativa-driven.
Indicas and the caps.
And then the terpenes that are in it, that's a whole other ball game with the different flavors and the natural terpene effects that our bodies, it has effects on our bodies. Listen, shamans, high priestesses, witch doctors, they've used this stuff for centuries.
Thousands of years. Yeah.
Centuries,
yeah. But just real quick, I just want to jump in. So what as far as for CBD, what is like one of the, I know so many different type of cannabinoids or whatever.
Sure.
What's a common benefit, for somebody listening at home besides, getting high? Like,
That's a great question, because a lot of times even people that want to use CBD, not to get high, but for, I'll get to those ailments in a second, but for something that's afflicting them, they can't because they are either in the EMS field, law enforcement, military, they drive a truck. You could be accident free, be clean as a whistle, but the minute somebody bumps into you in your truck, if you're a truck driver, you're getting sent for a P test. That's just the way it is, you know what I mean? Let one of your brothers throw you a package, just clowning around on the FedEx or UPS line, and this is a true story, it happened to me years ago, and nick your head. I had to go to Concentra, How many days has it been? You know what I mean? Follow me? But CBD generally is good for those that do not want to get high, but arthritic pain is good. Anxiety and sleep, I think, would be the top three. When CBD first was developed, it originally, the best properties it had was addressing children's epileptic type afflictions. So epilepsy, you can go on YouTube and Google it, and you can see that patients that are just having epileptic seizures and everything.
I see that a lot on the Vice channel.
And then within a minute or two of giving them a dose of something, they just calms them. Even Parkinson's disease, all of these types of things, because it's all neurological. You know what I mean? I love what you were preaching earlier, and when I say preach, I'm just using that as a term, right? What you're spitting out there, because think about it. Our bodies are made up of water and electricity. Isn't that amazing?
Right.
Yeah, it's proven.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. I find it amazing every day. I'm learning a lot. I still need to take care of my own body better, but the education that I'm getting from it is fantastic. But CBD is great. If you're suffering from a lack of sleep, you're not getting good deep REM sleep, you're waking up in the middle of the night. Really, if you have pain or anxiety, those are some of the best things that a good CBD product can do for you. And I will promise you all this: all CBD is not created equal. You'll notice on here, and you can do your own research, but on every product I carry, you would always find a QR code. That QR code, you can scan that, and it will show you the actual third-party lab test results of everything and anything that might be in there or not in there. When you look, you'll see that in my Pharma Free line of products, we do have a full spectrum line of tinctures now because it is so effective, but in the flagship line of THC-free products, you will see that there's no Delta-9 detected whatsoever. So when somebody asks me, can I take this? I'm subject to random drug tests. I will always err on the side of caution and say, listen, I can't guarantee anything, but what I can, because if that ever happened, I'm going to have a lawsuit for myself. You know what I mean? Because I see those third-party lab test results and it's not detected. But if that's something that you're going to worry about, I would say don't take it. Wait till you get into a better position or a job that allows you to not have to worry about a random test or whatever. I don't agree with it. Frontline doctors, how many of your doctors out there are recommending a different alternative than giving you an OxyContin or something different for your child's anxiety or their ADHD? This is an all-natural product, and if you haven't tried it, you need to try it. I'm open to questions. Stop by. I love to talk about it, because I just feel like if I can help enough people get what they need, I'll always end up with what I need.
You say you have a station in the market, right? In
the Central Market, yeah. Located right in the middle, actually. A great spot across from Henry's Hams. It's a staple there. It's great. And every Saturday you can catch me there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's real deep information, knowing about like the pain, like what do people do to treat
especially like
pain?
joint pain.
Because I'm like you. I mean, I don't really agree with taking a lot of medicines. I've never been like that. Once I was a youth, but I had like some pain one time, and it was like, what's it, Oxycodone or whatever.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you at the beginning, hey, watch, that thing is very, very addictive, and now we're in the midst of an opioid epidemic. So anybody who's listening at home, if you're looking to find an alternative,
substitute.
It's all safe. If you don't want to do your own investigation, come down, speak to the good brother right here. He give you, as you see, you got it all locked down. You got the QR code on the products there. Got
Listen,
information for days for you.
Trust me on this. We're doing something good, right? Because this year I want to thank everybody that voted for us. But we were one of the top 3 CBD stores voted in the best of York and Hanover, and I mean we lost to Leg Up Farmers Market. They're open 7 days a week.
That's a big old spot.
That's a big old spot, right? So we're very proud of that.
Congratulations.
Right.
In addition to CBD, look, we got skin cream for the ladies. CBD is great for hydrating your skin, for eczema, for any kind of dry skin or skin issues, wrinkles it can help with.
Crow's feet.
Yeah, you see, I got lots of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing is, I always go back to cannabis, man. We have endocannabinoid systems in our bodies, and this plant is nothing but made up of cannabinoids. Mm-hmm. I love saying that all the time because it's almost like it's so obvious that it's not real. Kind of like what you were talking about with Stephen Greer and stuff, man.
Hey, sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction, y'all. Brother Shakur, the name of that movie, and Mike.
What's that?
And PC Eloheem, and the audience. Reefer Madness, 1936.
36.
Actually, 36.
Yeah.
Damn, you have TV.
Well, you know what? This might be for another show.
No, I saw it already.
But they did. They had it before that. But you know what else they had in the 30s? Supposedly the Germans had some UFO technology up in Antarctica, man, if you've been following Stephen Greer, bro.
Oh, man.
But let me come back. Let me pull back. Let me pull back.
You talking about the Daglaka? I'm gonna throw that out there. We gonna get into that. We might have you come back another time.
We'll do that. But I brought you some good samples. Now, again, everything that I provide is legal. I just want to get this out of the way. So I have products for adults, children that have no psychoactive effects on them, but help them tolerate and get through any given day for many different ailments. I also have products that are legally by law, are very effective. You cannot get edibles in a Pennsylvania dispensary right now. Okay. They don't have gummies. You can get pills, but they don't have gummies, edibles. It's illegal.
Have they always had it, or they never had it?
They've never had it yet.
Oh.
Okay. But we can do edibles here legally. And as I mentioned earlier, the chemists, they're getting smarter in terms of keeping up with the new cannabinoids, the ones that are psychoactive. There are cannabinoids that are more psychoactive than Delta-9, the illegal one. Right. But the government has not. The federal government hasn't even outlawed them yet because they're not up to that.
They're not up. They'll catch up soon. Trying to do something.
What you got right there is actually a Delta-9 THCH, THCJD, live resin, 175 milligram gummy. I've got a loyal customer base of those, and I can promise you, you don't want to be behind a wheel. You want to be home. You want to be with some friends. But these can be a lot of fun. They can help you sleep. They have helped cancer patients have a decent night without, being miserable an entire evening. That's a fact. I've seen it. Again, I'm not condoning the psychoactive get high part of this business, but there are products. Again, Delta-9, we talked about Delta-9 and Delta-8. The benefits of Delta-9, there's a reason why they provide medicinal cards for you to get it. There's a reason why in some states it's legal. Above and beyond the money, because it's what it's all about. But there's medicinal benefits behind it. You got to recognize it. Delta-9, Rick Simpson oil, you probably heard of that, RSO. That has helped so many cancer patients. So Delta-9 is good for, you ever have people say, man, I got the munchies, I'm hungry, right? That's a stereotypical effect that weed or Delta-9 THC can bring to you. But cancer patients sometimes they don't eat a lot because they're sick. So Delta-9 administered in the right way, I've actually seen it be a benefit and help that quality of life in those last stages of, stage 4 cancer. So I'm just a firm believer in a God-given natural plant. I'm not okay with everything our government does. One of them is not being real about what this is, or being smart enough, fast enough. You mentioned all the trillions of dollars missing.
Yeah.
It's missing. It's not missing. It's gone different places.
Right.
Why can't you just figure, come on.
Figure something out, make it legal.
You know what I
everywhere.
mean? Yeah,
Something comes from the earth.
And again, let's put it to a degree where children don't have access to it. I'm still about that. You know what I mean? A young mind does not need to be brought down and sat in front of a PlayStation or an Xbox all day. You have plenty of time to do that in your life, right? But there are some things about this that can also be awakening to you and not couch locked. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of benefits.
Right.
A lot of benefits.
And even in that, we got about 15 more minutes. We're going to be respectful of time, so we're going to kind of keep it to that 15. This is something that I watch. We watch a lot of sports. Are you a sports person?
I love sports,
football?
man. I'm a big football
Who you
fan.
squad?
For real? Do I got to do that? I'm a Broncos fan, y'all. We're having a real tough year right now. Denver.
Oh yeah, that's right, John Elway. I forgot they've
Where
been
the
off.
Joe Pod glasses at, man?
That's right.
But oh sorry, somebody sending me a message. But I wanted to mention just really quick was you coming up and moving into this, and you said you moved in like in the middle of the pandemic, you said 2019 around that
Kept
time.
his faith, kept his hope, and
What was your response to this? Like you said, this is where you was born and raised. You have people that kind of would look at you weird or sideways, even when you started to kind of.
So it's kind of funny you say that.
It's a reaction that you have from people.
It's funny you say that. So I have, there are some in my previous, let's just say one of my previous employers. At first, I had some people that kind of frowned upon it because they lean a certain way with the law. Let's just put it that way. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, people that know me, truly know me, I like to think that I keep it real. I'm a very passionate person. Mm-hmm. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. But what you see is what you get with Mike. I don't let that sway me because I've always been a true believer. I'm not a big proponent of alcohol. I don't like to drink alcohol.
Right.
And I will say one more thing, knock on wood, but no one's ever died
Off of
from
cannabis.
From cannabis, man. Ever.
Right. Ever.
So
you got everything.
I mean,
cigarettes to crack
yes,
and heroin
yes,
and alcohol. It's like,
so come on, like
then they
what,
knock this.
right? That's my whole point. Like I don't understand. I mean, I do, but I don't. It's all about money. It's all about money. Well, do you realize if they came out and told us all right now that they do have a cure for cancer and have had one, okay? Do you know what that would do to the pharmaceutical industry, to the clinics, it would just tank everything.
Yeah.
It's all
So
about the
keep that
mighty
going.
dollar.
That's why I thought the pandemic, the COVID, was going to substitute for all the stuff that cancer. You know what I mean? Like they'll come out and say they got the cure for cancer, and then COVID would take over and replace what cancer was doing.
Well, it did, in my opinion.
See
It
what I'm
exacerbated people with cancer and turned things into cancer cells. I'm a firm believer. I just lost my father in June, and my father was one of the healthiest men I knew.
Sorry to hear that.
He got one too many boosters, I think. I'm just saying. I just think that listen, I'm not.
My father passed
okay
away in
with
2013, November 11th, to cancer. So
It's
You know what I
brutal.
mean? It's
Yeah,
Cancer
it's
took my
tough.
dad out too.
Right,
Colon
right.
cancer.
But come on, we can cure that stuff.
all day.
Do you know there's been? Listen, here's the last thing I'm gonna say about the COVID thing.
What's up?
They came out so quick with how many different vaccines for COVID? How many? And boosters. Okay, and then just think about it. How many vaccines they come out with for HIV and cancer?
Still waiting.
None. We still waiting, gang.
They give you them little pills that they said to stretch you out. You know what I mean?
Just saying. I just got goosebumps. I don't know about y'all, but
Yeah,
Anyway.
this is real time information, and even on that, this is why I brought up the idea about sports or whatever. Is I watched the show, and Aaron Rodgers was on. This was all I watched First Take, and I hear about different things. He came out and he was talking about something called ayahuasca. I don't know how to say it.
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Is that like a mushroom?
It's not a mushroom, but ayahuasca is a natural root or herb that it's funny. There's a movie out where Jennifer Aniston drinks some ayahuasca tea, and she's up she's standing up on a tree with Paul Run. She's like, I think I can fly. And he's like, no, you can't fly. You can't fly, right? But ayahuasca is one of them real psychedelic type. It's like a peyote or something like that. But I've heard stories. A radio show. I used to listen to the Howard Stern show. Robin Quivers, his sidekick, she went on a trip overseas somewhere, and she testified to a 2-day trip on ayahuasca. Like it was a mind-altering experience, like taking you out to a different astral plane and things. I'd be too afraid to do something like that.
Yeah, for 2 days.
But yeah, ayahuasca, and I think it begins with an HAI, something like that. But yeah, very intriguing.
What do you do? What do you take that for? Like to get prepared yourself, or going through that?
I'm just hearing from the back. He was talking about as far as like the benefits of it, and in this day and time, when you come up and you say anything that is a little bit different, that's not a pharmaceutical or it's different from what other people used to hear, them bullets is coming for you. So they part on that. That's why I was asked. I didn't know how that related to like mushrooms and things of that.
It's pretty much, I would say, and again, I'm by no means any expert on this at all, and there's probably people out there that know way more than I do. When you're talking about psychedelics, right, that's the reaction that we're getting to these different things that we're talking about. When we talk about reefer madness or smoking weed, that Delta-9 THC, those little those crystals that you see on the buds, that's the stuff that gives us that psychoactive high. Whether that's up or down, that's the stuff that gets in us. But CBD, it doesn't have all of that. Now you start talking about ayahuasca and mushrooms, right? There's different mushrooms that are, we refer to psilocybin, PS, it starts PS, but psilocybin mushrooms are that Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds type trip, with trails and, I've tried shrooms when I was younger at a fish concert at Temple University, and I don't even like mushrooms. Anybody knows me, that's a texture thing. I can't eat them on pizza, but I was young and impressionable and went to a fish concert where I had a great time. It wasn't like a major trippy type thing for me. I just remember having a really good time. But we also carry legal mushrooms now, Amanita complex mushrooms. If you're familiar with that red mushroom with the white dots on in your Super Mario games, that's the Amanita mushroom. Vikings used to use the Amanita complex. It's a poisonous mushroom, believe it or not.
What's the poisonous mushroom?
The Amanita complex mushroom. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be able to be packaged and sold if this was going to kill us. I'm just saying, in nature, if you came across a real, bunch of Amanita mushrooms that were red with white dots, and you just decided to eat them, you could probably die. Okay, so these are legal, psychoactive mushroom gummies. They're nothing like a trippy type gummy that someone would be anticipating, or a mushroom. Most of the customers that have tried these have compared these to a giggly. If you've ever partake in anything where you got that giggly, feeling, just having a good time, that's kind of like the feeling that you get from that. Everybody's different too. Some people have taken one and say, I should probably take 2 next time. People have taken 2 and said, that was great, but if I took 3.5 or 4, I'd probably be like where I wanted to be. It's all depending on what you want. But again, to pull that back real quick, I'm sorry.
That's how big your weight is, right?
Yeah. Metabolism really, it doesn't have as much to do with it as we think, like normal, like food and stuff would. With dieting, it's that endocannabinoid system, right? Now, I'm not saying there's cannabinoids in these gummies, but obviously everybody's different. Like my wife's pain tolerance is off the charts. I mean, my wife will stick her hand and grab a cast iron skillet out of Thanksgiving. Ooh, come on, get the corn out, right? Man, I would do that. I'd be like, So everybody's different. But to pull it back with the psilocybins and mushrooms, what I want to say is, again, I'm not here to promote getting high on anything, but there is studies being done. Oregon's already legalized psilocybin mushrooms. Microdosing these things have shown very effective with people that have had mental illnesses, which that's one of the biggest crises we have in America, right, in this world right now. But mental health right now is bad. We were locked in, and the things going on around us are surreal and hard to believe. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about whistleblowers telling you that we have aliens and UFOs. Now, do you believe it? Is it real? I mean, we've been talking about it and thinking about it forever, but now we're numb to it. Think about it. We're numb to that, right? So is it propaganda? Is it just steering us away from a different agenda, the military-industrial complex? I want to throw out this movie for you. Write it down. Above Majestic. You got to watch that. So if you got a smart Above Majestic. If you got a smart television, what's that? Tubu, that free app? Tubi. It's on there. Okay. It's
Fire Stick.
Yes, it's a free. Just get that app. It's free. Above Majestic. You'll like it. I'm gonna tell you. I've watched it several times.
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
My wife and I are devout Christians, so we have a little bit of. She's got more like. I'm not gonna speak for her. It's kind of challenging, right? Like we're mixing science and religion now. This is the kind of thing that's going to throw things on its feet. But if you read, I'm not going to go down that road. If you read the Bible and you interpret it in the right kind of way, it does talk about other earthly beings.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? God is God. God is good. God is energy, light.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Don't tell us that God created all those things. They'll say these UFOs or what have you come from God, whether the angels. You know what our grandmothers told us? Don't question God. They all come from God. That's all you need to know.
mentality.
Yeah.
That's the old mentality.
Don't question what was told. Use this anytime you. Like I said, this is a high level conversation. This is what we always get involved in. We encourage everybody to do your due diligence, do your research. If you doubt anything that's taking place or we're expressing, make sure you Central Market Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah, Thursday, Saturday.
Thursday, Saturday, you said, right?
Yeah, and I will say too, life is getting very busy for myself and with my full-time job. If anybody out there is interested in a business like this or potentially taking something like this over or just wanting to know more, please reach out. I'm actually looking to...
like a franchise type of thing?
Yeah, kind of a thing. Working smarter, not harder, and just finding the right opportunities. But... So, yeah, would love to talk to you. We've got free samples. I'm going to have a, no pun intended, November blowout sale.
Okay.
So, we've got a lot of products that we're going to be discounting and free samples galore. But to get through that big week of Thanksgiving, where we got the night before Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday in November, and then Cyber Monday. So, Christmas stocking gifts. If you know somebody that instead of getting them a gift card this year and you want to give them something that maybe they want to try for, their health or benefits.
Yeah, benefit them.
Think about it.
Perfect time. Holidays is coming up, folks. You got your in-laws and everybody coming in there. We talking about mental health. So sometimes that could be a very stressful thing. So to have some products that can assist you with anxiety, sleep, arthritis, epilepsy, and pain. And it won't cause you to have the
no psychoactive effects.
Psycho type of a response is something that's built for you, as you can see clearly with the diagram, something that is a part of you. So thank you very much. We're about to shut it down in a little bit. But yeah, definitely go to the Central Market. He and I, and as well, wonderful vendors there at Central Market. Like he mentioned about Small Business Saturday. That's the Saturday after
Thanksgiving.
After Thanksgiving, after the Black Friday.
Yep.
Come down and support us and get some wonderful products. So thank you very much. We definitely gonna have you back on.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate this. Had a great time. Thank you.
Yes.
For sure. So I just wanted to do some little bit of housekeeping. I think we got about another 2 minutes. We good, bro? 2, 3? Let me know. As far as for the next program coming up, the last Marquise Lupton, and I apologize, I don't recall his wife's name. They're going to be on the program next Wednesday with Brother Sharif, I believe, is going to be interviewing them. They have out of Lancaster, a blog series called Melanated Report. So I was really,
the ones you said at the studio?
Yeah.
Something with the audience?
Yeah. He put together wonderful events. I hopped on the Facebook page. I don't know what to do from Can of Paint, but I'm looking very forward to introducing myself. And so we look to keep this conversation and these type of programs going. We'll travel. I don't know what you travel. If you need a boost of love light programming in your viewing area, call us up, send a plane, send a train. Any celebrities out there, if you want to get this life-giving information, always revolving on either education, deep history, focus on nutrition, focus on how to tap into the divine within. We got all this stuff kind of going on outside of us. man, this is a perfect time to do that soul development work. Anybody that actually knows me knows I'm a big proponent of this cosmic shift that's coming in. Some people call it a 3D, 5D split. This is a time where you stand on your own bottom. If you have people that's in your home, you don't have a sanctuary. A lot of people, like I said, I think it said in the Bible, said two was in the field, one was taken, one was left there. So this is a separation period, meaning that if you want to change yourself for the better, programming like this is be very, very helpful for you. If somebody else doesn't want to change with you, just let them do whatever they have to do. Like I said, this Christ consciousness is here and is here to separate. So those who want to evolve, that's great. Those that want to be stagnant, and I would recommend, highly recommend, like I said, check out that drstephen.greer.com. Believe it or not, there are some bad actors in this play, and they have a very dystopian experience set up for those that want to experience that. However, if you want to tap in and experience a more natural part of expression of life, that's where individuals like myself and like we're headed to, and we're going to speak truth to power. As be mindful, and like I said, I'm a whistleblower. So when this type of information that comes about, as far as these different type of one is called Neuralink. I'm just going to say it. There's different type of things coming out. Elon Musk and these people are trying to do their very best to capture you and I's essence in the form of and put it into some digitized version. We got some really strange days headed for us, folks. Just make sure you tap in here to the Hour of Power. Get your information. Use your own knowledge and intelligence. And so like I always say when I close out, I recommend everybody find your heaven on earth. If you don't have anybody to speak to, if you don't have anybody that is actually help fostering your growth and development, come check us out.
We're here.
So you gotta. If your friends, all your friends is partying, they want to do that. You gotta do that divorce. Like I said, one is taken, one is left in the field. So find your heaven on earth. I promise you, you'll get in contact with the God divine that's within. And when you do have a relationship with that God divine that's within, I'm asking everybody to do their part to create little small pockets on heaven on earth. It could be your block, it could be your house, it could be you don't have to take up a whole village. Just talk to that one young boy down the street. That when your neighbor, just expand that heaven on earth so we can actually take this planet back and actually return it the way that it needs to be. It's Ptah Shakur, peace, Eloheem, Mike Love.
My love. Thank you for having me.
For sure, you're going to be back. Love and light to you all.